Alright, let's try this again. Hello everybody, this is Blake. Welcome back to another tutorial for the Water Shader. Promise this one's going to be short. I swear. Alright, this one is going to be for the Water 3.4 Autoconfig. So all of these are the wrong one. I'm going to upload it as a separate file and get rid of this one at some point. But I'm going to upload it as a separate file and it'll be labeled 3.4 Autoconfig. Don't know what kind of thing it will have, or thumbnail it will have yet, but we'll find out. Alright, so now that that is out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. First, you're going to import the VRCK SDK as usual. You're going to go into Prefabs, World, VRC World, drop one of those guys in there, show the build control panel, press these two buttons that are going to be right here talking about layers and collision matrix if they show up. Press both of them, and once you have all that done, you can import the water package itself. You're going to go ahead and import package, custom package. I have it in my documents all the way down. And 3.4 autoconfig is the one. It's probably what it's going to be named. Right. So we have. I'd make sure I didn't import any scenes or export any scenes by accident. Go ahead and import that. And this will take a second, so I'll be right back with you when it's done. Things up, whatever. Alright, so now that that is all good and done, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we want to put the water. So like say, first I'm going to drop in a plane, and it's going to reset its position. So say I want the water over here, and then I want it tilted over like this. And then I also want it to be kind of like a rectangle, like that. So I'm just going to take this plane, and I'm going to put it right there where I would normally want the water. So now we're going to take the prefab water rig, and now we're going to click up here in this new tab, Water Setup, and we're going to do a couple things. Why did the cubemap not show up? Alright, well this is a perfect, not find the water rig route. Alright, well that's perfect because I can show you what to do if that doesn't happen. So what you're going to do is you can take this guy, you're going to drag that in there, and you're going to hit default settings. So it'll fill in the skybox, all of these components, all the materials, and this should actually be 17. Refresh materials. So there you go. It's got all these guys, all these items, skybox, and whatnot. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this plane, and you're going to drag it right there, and you'll notice that the calculation changed. Now, if either of these numbers is above like 2 or 3,000, turn this number down. This controls the resolution of the water. So you can see that those both dropped. Of course, I'm going to keep it right there because I made my plane smaller, not bigger. But anyways, this right here is going to be what controls your skybox. It has to be in a cubemap format. Cubemap or equal rectangular cubemap. It just has to be cubemap asset. So it can't be a 6-sided layout. You can convert that. I'll post a separate tutorial for that. And make sure everything's here, and we're going to hit Setup Rig. Now, if you don't want to play around with all the materials and whatnot, that's pretty much it. You are done. One thing that I do have to note is that usually when I test it with a sphere, I do the top of the sphere, because the bottom of the sphere will not work. So, or if you want to make like a ball floating and have it interact sort of convincingly, what I recommend doing is making it a double-sided mesh in Blender. So just go into edit mode, select everything, hit Shift D, Z0, and then flip normals. But that's up to you. I'm not going to do a tutorial for that or anything because it's fairly trivial. You can just look up how to do that on your own. So now that that's out of the way, like I said, if you don't want to play around with anything else, then you're done. But if you do, I want to go over the materials a little bit. So go into Materials, Default, and now I have a preset section. So these presets are only for the Raymarch surface. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to show you these. So drag Classic onto there to make it the Classic preset. And this is supposed to look like as much like 2.0 as possible. So you see it has similar reflections and whatnot. The 3D waves are also much smaller, but that's pretty much it. So clear is pretty self-explanatory. It's a clear water surface. Directional alpha is one of the new features where if you look down, it's more clear than if you looked at an angle. So like you can see the reflection pretty well right there, but if I do this, you no longer see the reflection as well. Matte is exactly what it sounds like. It's a non-reflective colored version. And then watercolor is just something that I found while I was playing around. Oh shoot, I don't know what I dragged that onto. So the watercolor is just like a kind of watercolor, like toonish look. I don't know if this will be useful. It doesn't exactly look like water. I thought it looked pretty though. So now if you want to make your own materials, what I recommend doing is I recommend putting them in a separate area. So like water mats. That's where I'm going to put mine. And then I'm going to make a new matte material. So prefabs, or no, materials, default, presets, go matte, duplicate. And then we're going into water mats. And hold on, why did that break? Just because it's freaking out. So I'm going to go ahead and drag, oh shoot. I'm going to go ahead and drag that onto there. Call this mat 2. And so say I want to change the color for this. That's pretty simple. Make it completely blue. Maybe I want a third one. Like this one, I don't know, green or something. There we go. So make that green. And now, so that's really all you need to do if you just duplicate the materials. I don't recommend creating one from scratch because there's a lot of settings that you have to fill in that I don't know if I have set up by default. But basically, once you've done that, so say you want to move the water again. So we're going to do the same process. We're going to take a plane, going to move it to where we want, move the plane onto this section. You'll notice that the resolution is now updated. But now we want it to take into account our custom materials. We're going to change this to 19. We're going to hit refresh materials to put all of those old ones back in. And now we're going to fill in mat 2 and mat 3 and set a break. And there you go. Your custom materials are now taken into account too and adjusted for, and they've been adjusted for working in a standard square. So that was pretty much it. I hope to see some more people using it now that it is insanely more accessible and easy to set up. It's literally just a couple of clicks of a button, and you're done. Hope you enjoyed. See you around.